Just kidding.
Welcome back to another episode of the Bamboo Season Podcast. I'm your host, sober wellness coach Dorian Wormsley, the podcast where you'll hear stories of resilience, transformation, and growth. Me and my guests share our personal, raw, unfiltered stories to help inspire and motivate you. Now, this episode is sponsored by Optimal Human Labs Superfood Green Juice. Get this bad boy. Use the link in my description to get your free shaker in 5 sticks. Energy levels will go up, mood will feel better, you'll feel your best. Now, my guest today has an interesting story. She is the creator of Bottle Girl Diaries, a YouTube series revolving around the bottle life industry here in Las Vegas. She's an entrepreneur, content creator. I bring you, I'm not gonna say her last name, Cindy.
Niensiri.
Say it for us again.
Cindy Niensiri.
Cindy Niensiri.
Yep.
And where is Niensiri from? I never heard that.
Well, my
Background.
real grandpa is from Indonesia and Thailand, so
Okay.
I think it's Indonesian. I'm almost positive it's Indonesian.
Shout out to Indonesia. We out here. We're going
Yeah.
global, baby.
Yep, Southeast Asia. in
So
the house.
Far East movement. We out here. So Cindy, once again, thank you for making time to bring yourself down here. It's busy. Downtown Las Vegas is crazy. Parking, construction, all that.
Thank you for having me.
Your time is appreciated. And how I came across you was I forgot what episode it was. I don't know who we both follow, but I think you saw it. You might have liked it, and you started following me. And I'm like, oh, who's this fine little lady following me? Let me go see. Then
It wasn't to hit on you.
allegedly. But so then I go to your page, and then I see it's more than just I'm pretty Cindy. It's you're into wellness, you're into your faith, you're into overall self-improvement.
Right.
And to me, those are the type of people I like to follow on social media, regardless of how they look. Just I feel like when you follow certain people like that, it kind of keeps you in that realm and inspires you, as opposed to following people who are just posting drama, Love Island, and all that stuff.
Right.
You watch Love Island?
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you.
Please do.
I don't.
Good for you.
I went to my nail salon a month ago, and they were playing it, and it had to be on. So I got a little bit invested. I did go to a Love Island watch party yesterday, but mind you, I'm behind many episodes. So a lot of people have been voted off, and but I've never been a huge reality show girly. I've also been asked to be on those type of shows, but I don't feel like I want to get herpes from kissing everybody on the cast.
Mono.
Yeah, mono, herpes, all that, cold sores. That's the type of herpes. So
And you have to work in people's face. They're going to look at you like, girl.
I just don't want to be on camera making out with a bunch of people. But I definitely am not a Love Island binge watcher. No.
Okay. Well, good. Now, Miss Cindy,
No
what
shade
is...
to people who are, okay?
No, yeah. Teach his own. What is it you do now? And give us a breakdown of that. Who is Cindy?
So I still currently work in Nightlife, and I moved to Vegas 10 years ago, exactly 2015. And just to create a better life for myself, I was always working 2 jobs out in Utah, and I just couldn't make ends meet. I was going to school. I was just in a toxic relationship, and the last guy that I dated was addicted to pain pills. So I knew if I didn't leave, I felt like I was gonna die, staying there. It was awful. I know you wouldn't think that about Utah, but it actually is a very,
I know.
very high, it's a high percentage there of addicts. But yeah, I'm still working in the nightlife industry. I have my Bottle Girl Diaries channel, and I started that 2020 during quarantine because I was so bored. And it was something I always wanted to do. And it was just to pull back the curtain on, the lives of what we go through as women in the industry and how easy it is to get sucked into the darkness.
I know. I've lived here a long time, and I've seen girls go in and out of that industry.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen girls go in, and they're still not out.
Right.
I don't think it's bad or good. It's just part of their journey, and it's always been interesting to me. And before you even had followed me, or right around the time you did, I can't remember what episode that was. But anyways, in my head, I was like, okay, at some point, I really want to get somebody who's in that industry or was in the industry just to see and talk about the other side of things, or just things they might not know, or misconceptions, all those type of stuff. And I didn't even know you were one, because it was not promoted on your page really until I reached out to you a few weeks ago and asked you if you knew anybody. Or actually, I was like, oh, damn, I had no idea. And how long have you been in the bottle girl industry or nightlife? Sorry.
Here in Nightlife, the full 10 years that I was here. And then before that, I also worked in Salt Lake City at a little like hookah lounge.
Okay,
So I did that for like 3 or 4 years out there while I was going to college. So I've been in it for a long time and I've worked everywhere. I'm currently at Resorts World at Zouk nightclub. Please don't come stalk me and show up to my work.
You already told him. Get on her guest list.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And I've also worked, Dre's nightclub, Excess, Daylight Beach Club, Jewel nightclub. I opened up Apex at the Palms, which is the old Ghost Bar. So I've done it all.
Isn't it crazy to see, because you got here in 2015, I think I started my clubbing in 2011, but it's just crazy to see how many clubs have come and went. There's a couple who are still there from like EBC's been there forever. Marquis been there for a minute now, but it's so interesting to see the nightlife switch and alter. I haven't been in the club in a long time, but I was talking to a client of mine about this, how they work at a club, 2 of them, and how the club scene is different now. I remember back in the day, it was that business casual look, like the button up with the jeans. I wish I had a picture of myself, but now you can almost go in athleisure wear. Like you can go pretty chill. I've seen girls in sweats and it's not as like you got to get up and down all the time.
I think it depends what girl you see in sweats, because if you're a local Vegas girl and the front door knows you, they're going to let you go in a cute sweat outfit, because 9 times out of 10, like the industry girls are pretty.
Yeah.
But if you are an out of town girl who doesn't fit the mold, they're not going to let you in a sweat outfit. They're going to tell you to turn around and go put that dress on. That BB dress, whatever dress is on and popping right now. Yeah, Timu, not Timu. No.
The club scene is interesting. So you've been in 10 years here in Vegas since you moved. Did you move here for that? Oh no, I know you say you moved for a different life, but like, did you know what you were gonna do when you got here, or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh.
I just knew I was tired of working a 9 to 5 and my nightclub job out there. I was tired of not having any time off. I knew what I could make out here because one of my girlfriends had lived out here, and she's like, you've got to get away from, my ex at the time. She's like, because you're literally going to die out there. Like if you stay there, because I was just in the darkest place of my life, one of the darkest places, because, we go through those ups and downs, right? So yeah, I just knew, and I actually came late because auditions are in January, but I had a friend and he was like, I can get you a job at Dre's Beach Club. It's just a good place to start. I said, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll take it. He's like, just show up to auditions. And you still have no guarantee, even if you're a shoo-in, right?
Yeah.
So I went, and I went through 3 vigorous interviews, like crazy ones. I slept on my friend's couch, and, she gave me a ride to one, but I think at the time, I think I might have taken taxis everywhere.
Yeah.
And then I was in the gym, actually at Gold's Gym in Utah. I'm like just working out, doing like flies. I'll never forget what I was doing. And then it says Dre's nightclub. I'm like, please be the job. Please. I got the offer, but they're like, you need to be here within like the next 3 weeks. I'm like, oh my gosh, I had no money saved.
Damn.
I wiped out my account. I like overdrew my account actually, so I could like just pay off some things back in Utah, my Salt Lake Community College account, whatever. I had a piece of shit blue Honda Accord, got in my car, packed it up, and then I moved in with my friend Michelle. Thank God for her.
Shout out to Michelle.
Yeah, shout out to Michelle, because she was like, don't pay me rent for a few months. Let's see if you like this job and keep this job. And, I slept on an air mattress for 3 months. And I remember going to RC Willey. If you don't know what RC Willey is, they had a Memorial Day sale. I bought like a bedroom set for like $6.99.
Hey.
Shout out to RC Willey, because where are those deals at now?
Yeah.
You can't even get a bed for $6.99.
No, that's crazy.
So yeah, that was craady.
Does Michelle still work in the nightlife?
No, she never did work in the nightlife. She was
Oh.
always a 9 to 5 girl.
Good for her.
Yeah.
You guys still friends?
Really good for her.
Are you guys still friends?
Yeah, we are. She lives in San Diego now.
Oh, shout out to Michelle.
Yeah.
I think it's important to have people like that in your life,
Oh yeah, she was like an older sister for me. It was great.
and probably never expected nothing in return.
Never.
Just knew she needed to help a friend.
Her dad was so cute. He put blackout curtains up in my room because I was working nightclub shifts eventually. And so I could sleep better during the day. And I'm just like, wow, God really like looked out for me with this situation.
Won't he do it?
Yeah, won't he do it?
Won't he will.
It's too much. I'm just joking.
I get that a lot. It's okay. Now, when you got into the industry, how different was it from what you were doing in the industry in Utah?
Very different. Like, because here is bottle service and people travel here to party.
Yeah.
People travel here to go to the club or to see big DJs. In Utah, it's just all your locals going out to have a cocktail, a hookah, and some food, you know, at whatever local lounge there is. So here is just, it's a whole different ball game. And the money that you can make here, I had never seen that much money in my entire life. I grew up very poor. I was wilding out.
Where'd you grow up?
Utah.
You grew up in Utah?
Yeah.
Are you from there?
I was born in Georgia, raised in Utah. My dad's in the Army.
Ah.
Yeah, was in the Army.
Was in the
Master
Army.
Sergeant, yeah.
Oh, wow. You don't play.
Yeah, he does not play. A little crazy.
Wait, so hold on. What's I never met a poor military person. So I'm trying to understand growing up poor. What happened? Like,
I mean, you grow up poor when both your family or your parents are refugees. My mom's from Laos and my dad's from Thailand.
Okay.
Right? So, you know, and yeah, they drove all the way from Georgia without a car seat because they couldn't afford a car seat for me.
Damn.
Yeah.
How old were you?
A baby.
Oh.
I don't remember any of this.
Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I have a little younger brother and then a half sister and then a step brother. They're all younger than me.
Are they all in Utah?
But my brother and sister in Utah, and then my step brother Greg is in Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys close?
We're all pretty close.
And how's your relationship with your parents now as an adult?
You know, it's gotten better. I never knew why my mom was crazy, but then like in my late 20s, I found out that she had a drinking problem.
Oh.
So I found a bottle of Crown underneath the cabinet. I'm like, oh my gosh, this makes sense why she chased me around with a knife. Because I was like, there's no way that a normal person would do that, right?
Yeah.
Over something small. Like,
how old were you at the time?
well, at the time that I found out that she had a drinking problem already in my late 20s.
No, when she chased you with a knife.
Oh, I was like 12.
Oh, what'd you do?
I stole her makeup and took it to school.
And then you came home or whatever, and she's like...
She just went crazy on me. I locked the door, though. She couldn't get in my room.
Damn. Chase you with the knife. Oh, wow.
That's crazy.
That's traumatizing.
It was traumatizing because I was like, why is she so abusive? Like, over something small. Like, you don't get that mad, you know? And I never knew she had a drinking problem.
And you found the bottle, you said, in your 20s?
Yeah, my late 20s when I lived with her at her other house. Yeah.
And did you, like, bring it up? Did you talk about it?
I don't even remember because I feel like I went through so many traumatizing things in my childhood that I don't know if you know what trauma does to your brain, but it make you develop poor memory. Like, you know, sometimes there's things that you block out.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like that was a point in my life where I've blocked it out, you know?
Yeah.
So, but our relationship's better. She's recovered.
Good
She
for
has her
her.
moments, of course. But yeah, I think that as I'm older, like it's just one of those things where it just depends on how I want to respond to it. But there is a reason why I do live out here and came to start a new life out here for myself.
Good
A
for
better
you.
one. Yeah.
And then what about your father? Is he still alive and around?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he in Utah too?
Hmm. I go see them a few times a year, especially during like major holidays. So yeah.
How is it? Because I'm not sure if you have family here or not.
I have no family here.
It's just you and your friends that you've made.
Yeah, my sisters, my girls.
Hey.
Yeah,
Is it times where you kind of miss having the family dynamic?
I do. Especially now that I'm getting older and I have like nieces and nephews. I really am seeing also like just seeing your parents age is not easy. And especially with my mom, where she does have a history of drinking, she's not going to age well, right? Like she could go at any moment in her sleep. And I know that. So I feel like it's definitely something, it's been motivating for me. Like I've got to get out of the nightlife industry because my parents, their time off is the weekends, right? I'm always working on the weekends. So that is something within this next year, that's going to be my goal, is to go home more often because I have the means to do so.
And do you have a plan in motion or thought of how to get out of it?
I do.
Because the reason I ask is I know, just through people I know who've worked in the industry, and you know, I'm sure you know as well, is like you get in, you can probably make your rent in one night, maybe a weekend. Then to give that up, it's kind of hard to find another job or career where you're going to make that same amount of money the same way as easy.
And that's why they come back in.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's hard to leave, I guess.
So that's why I haven't left, because I've made that promise
Yeah.
that I'm not coming. The second that I leave, I'm not coming back. When those heels go in the garbage can, I'm not coming back. And that's a promise to myself. And that's why I had to take a lot of time and self-reflection to say, how are we going to do this? Is it going to be easy? No. But I'm not going to go and settle for a $50,000 job and struggle. I don't feel like that's living in an abundance mindset. I feel like I'm going to prepare myself a little bit better, pray on it, make a plan, and execute. And if something doesn't work, then I'll trust the redirection. So that's where I feel like I wouldn't say people go wrong, but I don't want to be 45 waiting for the next best thing, because as you get older, this industry does give you, it shelves you. Like, they start seeing, oh, Cindy's at auditions and it's year 12. They're going to guess your age. And if they're an executive, they have access to your paperwork. They do age you at a certain point. They don't want the seasoned veterans. They want the girls who are younger, easier to teach, easier to mold. So I want to be very intentional about this. Now, at the end of the day, whatever God's plan is for me, the opportunity that I'm waiting for and that I've been working really hard for the last 2 years, if it comes and it comes tomorrow, I may not have a choice but to say, hey, bye, I have to go. But I'm going to know when that time is. You just know. So, and this is the least I've ever worked. Like, I finally am in a position where I'm like, okay, I can work 1 or 2 days a week and I'm not hurting. Like, my bills are paid. I've got money in savings. I'm not out buying a new outfit every week because I'm not turning up every week anymore.
Good for you.
Try not to, at least. No, I'm just kidding.
And what was it as a kid when you mentioned you went to school, and then I don't know exact plan you have after you lived the nightlife. What was something you always were passionate about or wanted to do?
To be honest with you, when I was younger, so I love the media industry. I love YouTube. I love journalism and broadcasting. I love this, just connecting and having conversations. So this is why I started my YouTube channel. When I was a little girl, I used to change my outfits and talk in the mirror and be like, hey guys, my name's Cindy. Welcome to my channel, or welcome to my show. Because Ricky Lake, I don't know if you guys, that might tell you how old I really am. But Ricky Lake was like a talk show my mom always had on, and Jenny Jones and Jerry Springer. And I was like, that looks fun. And I just always wanted to be on TV. I love it. I have a passion for it. And once I started my channel, I was like, oh my gosh, it comes naturally for me. And it's okay to know your gifts. It's okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's it. I knew I wanted to do that. So I felt like I got put in the right industry for the right reasons to meet the right people. And I was like, I don't think God wants me to stay in the secular environment, but I do think I was placed there for a reason.
So that's what you want to do when you decide to leave, is get it more into media and content creation?
I don't know about content creation, just media. I love being the host, and content creation is just.
Well,
I guess we are creating content, right? Every time I drop an episode, it's content creation. I love the creative side of it. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love that. I think as I've done this, I feel similar to where I enjoy this. I used to, very outgoing person, but I used to hate speaking on camera.
Oh, okay.
With a passion. I used to work
at
a
lot of people do.
A group fitness gym, and they'd make me want to do videos. I would do them, but I would never rewatch them.
Yeah.
Even sometimes now, I don't always rewatch the episodes that I record.
Oh, the first episodes I watch, I'm so cringe, and I had all this quarantine weight, and I was like, ugh. And I'm just so grateful for my subscribers and everybody who stayed with me during the journey, because it's
something cool to go back and look at, though, the growth and the consistency.
Right.
Because that's the biggest thing I've noticed with podcasts or anything that people do social media wise, is the consistency. Yeah. Not a lot of people are willing to withstand and stick through it when the views aren't the highest, the likes aren't the most. They get in their feelings and they stop. They feel shut down. And it's unfortunate. It's sad to see when I see people do that.
I think sometimes people just lose their passion for whatever direction they're in. It's easy to change direction, which is fine. We don't need to be put in a box. You can be a multifaceted person. You know, you could be a gym trainer and you could be a content creator on the side. There's nothing wrong with that. I just think people are like, oh, this might not be for me. And yeah, people do get discouraged by validation. Like if they don't see enough likes. I knew that when I was starting my channel, it wasn't going to be I wasn't going to be given my flowers that way. I did it for me. And then it kind of blew up more than I thought it would, I guess, because of that, because I was just so passionate. And I think I showed up with authenticity and just created such a safe space for the women in my industry, because at first it was just women and then I started having some guys on. And I think because of that is what made the right people gravitate toward me.
You mentioned earlier about your mother's drinking addiction.
Mm-hmm.
And then with you coming here into a world like Vegas, nightlife,
Child.
drinking's there, drugs are there.
Yep.
When you first got here, did you get caught in that life?
Absolutely.
Really?
I was outside all the time, literally all the time. Like we had outings too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I hated myself. I didn't. I had a freaking ball. Okay. I had fun, but you know, you spend your days off partying. And obviously I was like younger then, so it didn't really bother me. But just when I think about the drama and chaos that I had in my life, because you're also around those people that don't have much intentionality, right? Like good intentions. I was like, wow, I dated all the wrong people. I was always broke because I was trying to keep up with the Joneses all the damn time. Literally, if I was going out 3 times a week, I promise you I had a new outfit for every single night that I was out.
Damn, girl.
That adds up.
Timo wasn't out back then either.
Timo was not out back then. And I did. Eventually, I had a therapist. She's like a metaphysical counselor as well, and she does a lot of energy work. I was like, I'm not an alcoholic. She's like, you're an alcoholic because you go out and you drink, and when you drink, you don't know how to stop. That is binge drinking. That is also considered a form of alcoholism. I was like, and I was so mad because I was like, I was pissed because I was like, I love my mom, but I didn't want to be her. But I was that person when I was out. So I got caught in that for a very, let's see. Honestly, quarantine was probably the best thing that happened. I would say 2015 to end of 2017. Lots of partying.
Just 2 years, just turning it up.
I can say I didn't dabble in like hard drugs though.
Why not?
Why not? The one thing that I did get addicted to, which a lot of women don't talk about in my industry, was phentermine and Adderall. I did get addicted to that.
Phentermine?
Phentermine.
Phentermine. I never heard of that.
Because they don't even have it on the market anymore.
Ah.
It's literally like crack.
Yeah. I believe the Adderall one because when I used to party, that was my choice. Adderall and Jameson, the combo.
Right.
Light it up. Let's go.
Right. And it could keep you up.
It keep you up.
Yeah.
It keeps you drinking.
Yeah.
And not only nightlife as the bottle service women, but also like dancers.
Yeah.
I've known friends who were dancers and that's what they would. Cocaine too, but cocaine just expensive. It doesn't last as long. Adderall, you get the extended release boys. You be good for a couple hours. Yeah. Damn. And then you don't eat. So then you stay in shape kind of figure-wise for your job, and it's just a cycle.
It's just a cycle. And when I actually look at old pictures, I'm like, I was so inflamed. I could see it in my face. I could see it in my stomach. Even like when I would go work out with my trainer, he's like, well, what are you doing on your days off is from me, is the question. And if I'm drinking, I'm not doing anything for my muscle because I was like, my ass isn't growing. It's not growing because you're drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like... yeah, that was a crazy life. I had fun, but a lot of chaos ended up continuing to happen. You know, I made a lot of money with nothing to show, and then I had to pick up the pieces. And when you have to pick up the pieces and you look on paper what you made, it's embarrassing. It's like, that's exactly why people get caught up in this industry. Because it's a hamster wheel. They don't know how to get off. They went and bought that $500,000 house back when the market was good, And now they got to work 2 jobs to afford their mortgage.
Ooh.
Because they're so caught up on keeping up with the lifestyle, the Joneses, what's not important, the latest Louis Vuitton bag, the latest YSL bag. I'm not here to shame anybody. I'm really not. But I'm here to say I've done that, and it's literally gets you nowhere. Nowhere.
I agree. I love that you lived it, so you're able to tell it.
I like nice things, but I like nice things in moderation. They say if you can't buy it twice, you couldn't afford it in the first place.
I heard another saying that was similar to that. They said, just because you can make the payment doesn't mean you can afford it.
That.
And I was like, whoa, because you look at certain things like, oh, I can make that payment per month. That doesn't mean you can afford it.
Yeah.
And then I know it's challenging for people in the nightlife because you're in Vegas and then the money you spend, like you said, on X, Y, and Z, in your mind, you're like, okay, next week is 4th of July. I'm going to make that back. We got Tiesto next week. Or
Exactly.
we got DJ Aoki. It's going to be a good night. I'm going to make it back, which they probably do. But then, like you said, spinning the hamster wheel, before you know it, it's year fucking 8, 9. The new wave of girls are coming in.
Yep.
You might not get those callbacks.
You're not getting those callbacks. I went through that over the last 2 years. And I just said, okay, Cindy, now you know.
Was there a place, you don't have to name the specific club, but a club that you were at, you enjoyed, and you didn't get a call back, so you had to pivot to another one?
Oh, I'm ready to be open about this. So I left Dre's nightclub. I was there for 2 years. That was like my first industry job. So love that place.
That was 2015, you said?
2015.
I used to go there all the time.
Oh, yeah.
In 2015.
Chris Brown, Meek Mill.
Chris Brown was
Tuesday
lit.
Night Swim, Sundres. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That's when I was partying a lot.
So I was telling my friends this the other day because my boy, I was so broke at the clubs.
Broke ass. No,
yeah,
I'm just joking.
100% broke. I had no money. I just fell out a 4-story window, living on my mom's couch. My boy worked at the Wynn, so he had a plug. We get a comp table because it was Tuesday.
He was the comp boy.
And they would, 100% comp boy. I would just hit the homegirls up. We get the ratio right. And oh my God, this is back when they would give us the comp bottle, and it was the effing vodka.
Not effing.
The 50-cent one.
Sorry, 50,
And
but
then,
your vodka is not it, sir.
And then it was shaped like Ciroc. And I remember one time they brought it to our table, and I couldn't see it. I'm like, oh, we got the Ciroc today? And I looked, and it was the effing. Oh, but they did have the white cranberry that was fire. But
white cranberry or the mixer at Dre's is the best.
Fire.
Everybody asked for that.
Yes, it was fire. Funny. But that was my partying era. I remember it was Cinco de Mayo, Chris Brown's birthday, all the same day. Yeah, I probably ran into you. I gotta look at pictures. I go look and scroll in the back, see if I see you. But that was a time to be alive. It
was fun. We lived during the prime club times. I feel like we got to experience that, and not just as a person who came to the club, but as a person who worked. Those were the prime years where money was just stupid. But I left to go to XS.
Wow.
And this is the story where you don't shit where you eat. But long story short, I always did well in sales. Created a lot of great relationships with people there. And I dated somebody that kind of had pull there, like very high pull. And anyway, that went sour. We got kicked out of Omnia one night, drunken night, right? Him and I. And they didn't keep me on and or hire me back. And when I tell you that the whole team of waitresses, like, because we all became very close that year, 2017, they were so shook because they were like, there's no way Cindy didn't get hired back. Her sales are through the roof. She's fun. She's nice, you know. It was just, I did something dumb because I was in my party era. You know, I basically lied and said I was not able to start training because I was finishing up at Dre's when really I was out in Miami and somebody had seen me on a story. Ooh. It's that quick for somebody to put that on you, and you will never get hired back again just by that one person. So that's advice that I can give to everybody is you really have to be mindful of your decisions that you make. And I was devastated because I didn't work for 8 months after that. So everything that I made that season, gone. I didn't work for a long time.
Damn.
And that was one of the rock bottom moments I hit. I stopped partying. Like I had my come to Jesus moment, all that. I got humbled real quick.
Good.
Because I was on such a high. Got to the industry. Oh, who's that?
Fresh out of Utah.
Who's that new hot chick from Utah? That Asian girl. You know, if you're Asian out here, oh my God, you're already a hot commodity.
Yeah.
But
okay.
yeah. So, I'm on my high horse. Could nobody tell me nothing?
So you didn't get brought back. Was he still there? Or did he get in trouble too? Or no, you didn't get in trouble for that night at Omni. You got in trouble for Miami.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So then after Dre's, where'd you go next? You said Excess?
Dre's, Excess, and then I opened up Apex at the Palms, which is the Ghost Bar, flop. And
yeah, I know, crazy. And
I
Chaos.
left there and I worked at Jewel and Daylight, both really good years. Those were really good years there. So I'm glad I
Daylight,
did.
wow. Is it still open?
Huh?
Is it still open? What was the nightclub there?
Light.
It's
Light
closed.
nightclub at Mandalay. Yeah.
That's closed. Yeah. Damn, I remember I went there one time in my still broke boy era, 2015 to 2017. Comp tables were there.
Right.
I was there. Comp table poppy, you call me. But I remember one time.
Please don't make that a thing. Please don't make comp table poppy.
I don't go to the club no more. I haven't been in years, and I never will again. Cause yeah, I remember went to Light, and I never ate. Well, I guess cash was more prevalent back then. I had cash in my pocket, and I spent all of it. I spent like $200, $300 at the bar.
Yeah.
And then my friend was like, "Damn, you a dangerous man with some money in your hands," like Bruno Mars. But anyways, so you go to XS, you go to these other clubs. I guess you answered the question. Humble Pie came when you didn't get called back to Dre's.
Yep.
Did you ever work at?
No, not called back to Dre's. I didn't get kept on at XS because I was a seasonal.
Oh.
I didn't get called back to go, or I auditioned to go the following year, and I didn't get a call back then either.
Because you're in Miami, or separate story?
That, but also too because I dated somebody that I shouldn't have.
So you dated somebody at Dre's.
No. At XS.
No. I'm going to the beginning.
Nope. XS.
So when you were at Dre's, you dated somebody that was high up at XS.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I left Dre's for XS. I resigned at Dre's with a full 2 weeks notice. No problems there.
Oh. Yeah. I thought, okay, then you got caught in Miami.
Yeah.
And didn't get called back to XS.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And that was like at the beginning of the season. So you're in a 90-day probationary period.
Oh,
so like
damn.
they didn't fire me or anything.
Yeah.
They kept me on, but the season ended in November and they call you and tell you if you're staying or to re-audition next year. So, yeah.
Oh, what a journey.
Yep. It's okay. It needed to happen. Sooner than later, it needed to happen. The humble pie needed to hit me.
Shit.
Yeah.
And what was the moment for you where you kind of decided I need to change in the sense of mentally I'm going to change my ways and I'm going to start putting together a plan or blueprint to eventually get out?
I would say quarantine because you had nothing but time.
Yeah.
Like the clubs closed down. I wasn't working. I didn't receive my unemployment for like 9 months. Yeah. I was broke. I think that quarantine was the world's reset for everybody to sit their ass down somewhere and like you had to sit with yourself. You know, you can only Netflix so much. You can only go to a friend's house and barbecue so much. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that I told myself, I'm like, if I'm going back into the industry, like I'm going to use this to the best of my ability to like leverage and also start thinking about what I really want to do. I mean, at one point in time, I wanted to go be an esthetician. I was like, I don't want to do that. I wanted to be a radiologist. Didn't want to do that. Because I'm also not going to go and just go work at a mundane job or a job that I don't like either. Because I don't seek opportunity out of desperation. I seek out of alignment with what feels good to me, what flows. I'm not going to do it because I'm going to go work at a 9-to-5, whatever, because I'm that desperate to get out of the industry. Now, I'm not saying that everybody does that out of desperation. People do what they got to do to keep food on the table.
Yeah.
I completely get it. I'm not shaming anybody for that. But just for me, I'm like, no, I want more for myself.
And then also I've seen on your social media, well, ask this first. Well, no, I will ask this. On your social media that you are big on your faith and that's kind of helped you through these rough times. At what point did that start? And if you could touch on that a little bit, how it's helped you.
That was 2018 when I didn't get that call back from XS. It was crazy because my parents had gifted me this like dark blue Bible. It's an older version, right? For some reason, I always did really well with like the older version. It sounds like Shakespeare. It's written like Shakespeare, right? It's very hard to read, but I always did well with that. But I don't know what it was. Like my energy lady at the time helped me, and she was like, "You need to open your Bible." Like she was like, "Your parents gifted you something." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like she's also, I would say she's gifted. So she's like, "Your parents gave you a Bible that you need to open." So I did. She told me where to start, and I was literally at rock bottom because I was like, "God, I'm sorry if I like was partying too much. I'm sorry I did this. I'm sorry I did that. But just please like help me get back on my feet. Please give me like a good job, whether it's in the industry or out, I don't know." And then like literally within that same week, I was on my knees, crying, pleading, begging. That's like not to go into too much detail of like the rock bottom I hit, but like I was in a bad place. And I was on my knees just crying, begging like, "God, please just give me a job, help me get back on my feet." And then I got 2 phone calls, one from Jewel, one from Daylight. I was like, "Oh, he want me to work 2 jobs." And my roommates, "Yeah, because you need to work and stay busy, so you're not out partying, so you're too tired to go out and party." I was like, damn. Yep.
Well, what else? Like, how did you stop there with your faith? Like, how's it helped you through the past years? Did you?
No, I always believed in God. And then I would say that during quarantine, I was kind of dabbling in that weird new age spirituality, crystals, and all that bullshit. No, that never again for me. I think just like, was it 2.5, 3 years ago? 3 years ago is when I like was like, realized that I wasn't into the new age spirituality, that I was like, it's God, it's Jesus for me. So that was a turning point. And I went completely, like I stopped going out. I stopped drinking for a long time. I think it was like a year that I wasn't drinking, almost a year that I wasn't drinking, celibacy, everything. That right there in itself, just celibacy in itself, and just like getting in your Bible and praying and fasting and all those things, change your whole life.
You have a favorite scripture?
I would say, I don't know if I memorized this one. Obviously, everybody knows Jeremiah 29:11, right?
I don't. What's that?
It's the one where he says, "I have plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans for your future." That one. Ephesians 3:20, where God will exceed your plans exceedingly, abundantly, and above. That one is beautiful. And then, Psalm 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, and he lets me lie down in green pastures. He anoints my head with oil. He lays a table before me in front of my enemies." That one.
Has there been moments where the old you or older people from that past you come up into where you almost got back into that life?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I'm human. I've had my times where I've slipped up, where I went back to the ex that I wasn't supposed to, or where I went out and had the night where like, oh, I haven't had a drink in like 2 months, 3 months. And, next thing I know, like I overdid it. So I overdid it, and I'm waking up at like, going home at like 5 a.m. when the sun's coming up. And I'm like,
Damn.
I don't, people have to be really, very realistic that we are human. And just because you choose one path, that doesn't mean that you're not going to slip up, and I'm here to say this, that for the most part, I've overcome those bender moments. I can go out with my girlfriends and I can have a cocktail and keep it cute.
Yeah.
Right. But I've still had my moments where I didn't keep it that cute, and then I paid for it. And then I always regret it because I'm like, this isn't me anymore. You're basically trying to fit into places that you've outgrown because it's what was comfortable for you for so long. Those people, that environment, that music, those outfits, all that. You try to fit yourself back into that. And every time you do, you're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. I'm going to go back to the safe space where I know I've cultivated my peace. Because usually, like, once you feel how good it feels to be, like, sober, to be in your routine, to be in the gym, to be reading, to going to sleep early and not waking up hungover, and just also seeing the transformation in your face, your body, like you're not aging anymore. Like that should be a high itself. So like for me, I'm like, okay, I know what feels good. I know what doesn't feel good.
Has it been hard for you, or was it hard, like love life wise, when you're in the industry?
Absolutely. It's not even just in the industry. It's just in general.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I do think it is a little bit harder in the industry because so Vegas is a revolving door for new women every single year. Hot women. Like there are beautiful women here. And if you're a guy that is somewhat good looking and you might have a little bit of money and you are connected to some of the people who can get you a comp table at whatever club,
Holla at your boy.
it's not hard to get a new chick by your side. It's really not. So we do live in a hard city for that. But I just talking to other girlfriends that live in other states and other cities, it's hard for them too, because I think that women have lowered their standards so much for men to have access to them. I've been single I haven't had like a real boyfriend since like Utah. I've dated people.
Damn, 10 years.
Yeah.
So just flings here and there.
I wouldn't even say flings. Like I've dated guys for like a year or 2 years.
Yeah.
But
A year or 2 year of dating, that's not a boyfriend?
well, I would say
What
a
the hell?
boyfriend. I mean, I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't
yeah.
I haven't loved anybody like said I love you to somebody for 10 years.
Is that on purpose or just hasn't happened?
It just hasn't happened. Might be me. I'm just so easily turned off by men.
Really?
Yeah, I'm very mean to men. Like very mean.
Why?
Because they drive me nuts. Like this guy wrote me the other day, he plays basketball, literally writes me on my Instagram, "Hey, you in Vegas?" I said, "Excuse you, who the hell are you talking to like that? That is not how you address me. It is good morning, good afternoon,
Grand Rising.
something." It's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Here's my number, text me." I said, "I don't text men first, and I'm definitely not texting you." And then I blocked him. I was like, I'm done. It's that easy.
Okay, what about the men who do approach you in a different fashion, more respectful? Because I'm sure you get that sometimes.
I was dating somebody for like 6 months, and he did all the right things. He courted me, you know, was very consistent, but he also is somebody that, I don't know, I just don't ever see him being able to be with just like one woman. And he's just all over the place. So I don't know, that might be okay for some people. It's not okay for me.
In that industry, is it like is it almost like one of those dating reality shows in the sense of with the love life? Do people like not swing, but is it the same kind of people dating within the same?
Yeah, they tend to do that. I personally have steered away from dating my coworkers or any of that. Like, I'm sorry. I don't want to walk into a room and date a guy that like has slept with like 4 girls in the room. No.
It makes sense. That's that mono we talked about. And then with Bottle Girl Diaries, you started in 2020. I checked it out. Got a great subscribers. You got tons of views.
Yeah.
But only one video in the last month. Are you going to pick it back up? What's going on with that?
You know, in the last year, because I am transitioning out of nightlife within the next probably year, could happen sooner.
Yeah.
I also want to rebrand and transition out of Bottle Girl Diaries. I don't want it to just be solely focused on nightlife.
Gotcha.
I feel like there's more layers and more value that I can bring by opening up my audience. So that will probably drop in November of this year. So.
Really?
Yep.
Same channel, or are they going to change the name and everything, like a whole rebrand?
Just changing the name. It'll be very similar to Bottle Girl Diaries, but
Yeah.
less focused again on nightlife and less just, you know, interviewees don't just have to be people
From there.
And there
Yeah.
will be a lot of solo episodes too. I'm kind of going more the like Angie Martinez direction, if you know who she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I love that. Yeah. I feel like if I keep it just solely locked in on nightlife, it hinders me a little bit.
It does. A lot of people, I'm not say a lot of people, I'm trying to think of any of my favorite podcasts. They're literally all over the place.
Yeah.
in a sense, like
Yeah.
not dramatically all over the place, but kind of fits within the realm of what they're doing.
Yeah.
That's what I try to do now, or been doing my focus. Initially, I thought I was going to do just only addiction, sober, and that's and that, and it just doesn't happen that way. I like hearing people's stories
Yeah.
in general, because it'd be the person you least expect. I've had some people come on here and share some. I'm like, whoa, what happened to you, or what did you? And it's beautiful. It's art to hear them be open enough to say it, and knowing they're not the only one, because people will comment or watch it and say how much it helped them or how they feel seen now.
Yeah.
Like I had a woman maybe a month ago now share how she had to get divorced after 20 plus years. It was like a month and a half ago. That video still now, the reel at least, is just still getting buzz of women commenting like, oh my God, me too after 30 years, me too after 20. And I'm like, oh shit. And I believe storytelling is healing also.
It is.
You tell your truth and you kind of just like, you kind of reflect sometimes. And you're able to like, damn, I really made it through that shit.
You just never know who's watching, you know?
That too.
It was really inspiring for me to get like messages on my Instagram like, hey, I'm a mom and I have like 3 kids, but like I binge watch your channel every Friday and I got my husband into it. And that was like, okay, then you know you're doing something right. And that made me feel good because she's like, you know, I don't have a very exciting life and this is fun for me. So we literally, you know, heated up some popcorn and we're here. I was like, that's cool.
For you, what is something, because if they go to your Instagram, they see amazing Cindy, very beautiful, pretty. What are maybe some things they don't know about you?
Gosh, I don't want to say this because it sounds so, it kind of sounds vain or cocky, but like my personality, so I would like to describe I am a very generous person, very giving, very kind. I do overextend. And I'm aware of who I am. I know that I'm not like, I know that I'm a nice looking woman, right? That doesn't always come with a lot of love. I do have a lot of girls in this industry that have thrown a lot of shade at me, whether known to my face or just known that I know what they said behind my back. And it's hard I don't receive the flowers sometimes from other people that most people think that I do. Because it's me, they don't want to support me. I didn't do anything wrong to them. You know, I've bothered people just by being me. And I think that bothers people because people are so scared to be themselves because they would rather try to fit in and be the mold than just be themselves. Because I'm also very opinionated as well. So that you don't always get respected for being opinionated. You don't get respected for standing up for self. You don't always get respected, especially being somebody who is very loud about their faith, God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit. You get a lot of that evil eye. So that's something that I struggle with. I think that people look at my life like, oh, you know, this, but I don't just go out with anybody. Like I'm very selective with my time, very selective with my energy, and I have a very tight-knit circle of friends. So I think that people probably think, oh, she could probably call anybody and go to lunch. That's wrong. I can't. So I think that people probably look at my life and, you know, think that this industry has been really easy for me. It actually hasn't.
I don't think it's easy for any of those girls. I mean, I'm only speaking on the outside looking in. Maybe it is because you were inside. You've seen it easy for some. But when I've known a couple girls who still work, who've worked in for a while, work at different clubs, every year it's still like you said, it's not a shoe-in.
No.
You know, like you think it is. I've heard some stories through some of my clients of girls who were years in and then that 1 year, and then they went downhill because they were so stuck in that life, 6, 7 years. That's all they know. They don't get called back.
Right.
They didn't audition nowhere else because they thought that was a shoot, and now they're just tanking and going down drinking and oh, it's so sad to see
it
and
is
hear.
sad. Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
That's why people, I think, have to have You got to be rooted in something. You have to know who you are, what you want to do outside of nightlife. Because if this is your only option, you're literally one option away from being jobless. You're one phone call away from being jobless.
Have you ever seen Players Club?
I have, actually.
That's what I always think people need. I think people, more women, I'll say, that are in the nightlife dancing, need to watch that movie.
Yeah.
Because what she said this is a 4-year hustle plan.
Yep.
She wasn't there to get into the drama.
Yep.
She wasn't there for all the other stuff. It happened. It came to her. She handled it though. But her plan was to go there 4 years to pay for school.
Yeah.
The dude came into classroom throwing money at her. She didn't care. She got upset, but her focus was that. And I think more women out there who are in the industry, go watch that movie and take Diamond's advice. Have a plan.
Diamond was my girl.
Oh, me too. She came out to the R. Kelly song. I was like, damn. I was young. I was young when that came out. I had it on VHS. Sometimes I think, I don't know your age. You don't have to say it, but I'm 91 and 91 year, not age. But I feel like that era was the best. Like late 80s, if you're born in late 80s to early 90s, it was just the best era of certain things. Like I was listening to the Chronic album the other day, and I was like, damn, I was like 8, 9 when this came out.
Yeah.
8, 9-year-olds ain't listening to this kind of music right now.
Right.
I wish they did. I think they should.
Yeah, music's changed a lot, so, but I agree.
I had another question for you. What was it? What is something you wish more people asked you?
That's actually a good question. I wish more people asked. Maybe how do you see yourself, or what do you envision yourself doing in the next 5 years? I think that, yeah, I like that question for anybody, actually. So,
well, where do you see yourself or envision yourself in 5 years?
Traveling the world with my husband, hopefully. And hopefully by then I have at least 5 to 7 years at least. I hope I have 2 kids. I'd love to grow a farm and be as far away from Vegas as possible.
Where would you grow your farm?
I don't know. I always thought maybe Texas.
A farm in Texas?
Mm-hmm.
Why Texas?
I feel like I could live in Dallas because I feel like I'd want
Dallas.
the best of both worlds, right?
Go Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm
go
still,
Cowboys.
listen,
Oh, yeah.
I love the city, but I'm also a beach person too. So I've also thought about maybe when I'm older, I would say me and my husband and our kids are older and we're in our 60s, I would love to live in Thailand.
Oh, aren't you Thai?
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
the homeland. Let's go.
The homeland, for sure. I'm such an island girl, but I'm also a city girl too. So I'm okay, I guess if I want the nice city benefits, go to Bangkok. But Thailand has everything.
What do you speak any other languages?
A little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
What you don't have to say it.
Thai.
Thai, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody recently. It was shocking to me. She said this. She went to Thailand for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She came back and I'm like, oh, how was it? How was the food? And she was like, it was the worst Thai food I ever had. I'm like, wait, what?
It's because she's been Americanized.
That's what I said. I'm like, no way you're gonna go to where the food is from and say it was the worst you had. You're used to this high sugar, salt,
Exactly.
MSG bullshit processed Thai food. Granted, not knocking, the local restaurants probably have good authentic food, but I was like, there's no way it's like me going to Mexico saying, oh my God, I wish I had Roberto's here. People are interesting.
One thing I'll say is that anybody that I've talked to that said that they had a bad experience with food somewhere, I'm like, maybe they didn't go to the right places. But here's my thing is anybody that's ever said that they've had a bad experience in Thailand with food is probably a pretty picky eater, and that's okay. Whatever works for that person. I'm not here to shame anybody. I always like to make that very clear. For me, I don't think that's a way to live life, is to be so picky that you're not open to try foods. I think that there's so much in the world to explore, so many great foods to try. And that, I don't know, maybe she just didn't, I don't know where she went, but that's very few and far between that you find somebody that says they had a shitty time in Thailand and that they didn't like the food.
Yeah.
And the people there are so nice. So to me, it sounds like, it was probably a lot of a culture shock for that person. It is a culture shock.
Yeah.
You see all these things on Instagram, the islands and everything, but you don't get to see the slums. You don't get to see that there are dogs, stray dogs running around everywhere. And sometimes the streets in Bangkok, they do stink because there's dog feces everywhere, right?
Yeah.
You know, and when you go to like Thailand, like the restaurants don't look like Lotus of Siam or some nice Thai restaurant at the Aria. It's in a small like podunk building or something, but they got the best food because you've got Mama San in the back cooking up the pad Thai. Like, you know, so it sounds to me like maybe that's just not her thing. Maybe she needs to try to go to just stay, like if she wants some good food and a beach, maybe she just needs to stay in Miami, Florida. I don't know.
I got a few questions for you as we wrap up here. It's just white people going to other countries. And,
I mean, I was going to say it, but I wasn't going to say it. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh, you're white.
No, he's
Italian.
No, he's light skinned.
See, I got it.
He's light skinned. Yeah.
He's all light skinned. He's all whoa.
Cultured. Yeah. Disrespect.
He was disrespecting me the whole time though.
When?
He's I don't like white people.
When did I disrespect you?
Southeast Asia.
So I asked where her name from. She said Indonesia, and I said, "Oh, that's next to Cambodia."
Yeah, and then he was like, "Oh, Far East movement," and
well, because of your background, I'm about to get canceled by the whole Asian community. Don't leave.
Let's cancel him,
please. I'll just move out, go to Thailand, start another podcast, Thailand season. All right, so I have a questions for you just to finish up here. What chapter in life are you in right now? Building, healing, resting, or evolving?
Evolving, finally. I spent a lot of years healing.
Wow.
I'm building and evolving, but because I'm having to pick up the pieces, right? But I spent a lot of years healing. So now I'm finally building with the bricks they threw at me and evolving.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Good job, Cindy.
Thank you.
What piece of advice would you give yourself when you first moved to Vegas in 2015?
Man, it's going to sound so cliche, but you really have to put God first. I don't care, I mean, whatever you want to believe in, but I know what I believe in. And I'm telling you right now, that changed my whole life. If you are rooted in something other than the flesh and other than the worldly things, you'll be able to keep your head on straight. I feel that. I feel that to my core. Because with my upbringing, with my parents, I really should have been dead or a prostitute or on the corner. You know what I mean? I should have been all the things, the statistics. So I think that you have to be rooted in who you are and whose you are and your core values. You can't let that go. And if you feel like you're getting caught up in the city, then you need to move immediately.
It's hard for them. And what's a quote you live by and why?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this since you told me to come on today. So the first one, I feel like just everybody should live by this, is what you're not changing, you're choosing. Because I could have blamed my reckless behavior and everything on my parents and my upbringing, but I was choosing every day to live in the same turmoil. I was choosing to go out and drink. I was choosing to spend all my money on dumb stuff. I was choosing to date the wrong guys. I chose everything. I chose all that. So what you're not changing, you're choosing. And you're the problem, you're the solution. That's it. At the end of the day, we don't have time to sit here and like babysit people anymore, especially at this time in our lives. Like, the world is shifting, and if people aren't seeing that, like, it's not that time to be like, oh, it's okay, friend. Like, you're okay to go out and drink every night. No, if you're telling your friend that, you're not a real friend. It's time to tell your friends, no, girl, get your shit together. Stop dating that guy. Stop sleeping with random men. Stop going out and doing this. Figure it out. And it sounds mean, but it's just true. Like, I could have been like, woe is me, and thrown a damn pity party the rest of my entire life. But I chose a different path. So what you're not changing, you're choosing.
Okay. Poet.
Yeah.
Prophet Cindy Niensiri.
Niensiri.
Well, thank you, Cindy, for making the time, coming on, sharing your story, your journey. Shout out to you and Bottle Girl Diaries. Rebranding coming.
Yep, the rebrand.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you guys coming on for another episode of the Bamboo Season podcast. I will tag her Instagram in the description of this podcast. You can go follow her, shoot your shot, DM.
Please don't.
Say good morning. Say good morning first. Say good morning. Hit her with a Bible scripture.
Leave me alone.
Wish her well, and then she'll respond back, hopefully. I'm going to leave you with a word similar to what she said. You got to be a better friend, and you got to get around better friends. Being a good friend is keeping people accountable. You can't allow your people to keep steering themselves into fire and fucking up. If they don't like what you say to them because you have their best interest at heart, then oh well, let them be mad at you. But you need to get better people around you, and you need to be a better friend also. Some of us don't know how to do that. Accountability is a part of being a great friend.
Right.
Call them out. And if you don't like being called out, grow up. People care about you. Listen to what they got to say. You got to be able to take feedback. 2 words: better friends.